Hello, welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. This is Nina and I'm here to show you the latest purchase that I have done regarding tarot and oracle cards. It's been a while since I made one of these videos and I figured it was time to show you my latest purchases. I haven't bought that many decks lately, but that is of course because I have so many already, as you know, but I would like to show you the latest at least anyway. So I have grabbed myself a cup of coffee. I hope that maybe you will do too, or a cup of tea or something that you like to drink. Now cuddle up and get cozy, and we're going to get into these decks today. So let us start with, on the far left, the Angel Answers Oracle cards. Just going to put these away over here. Now, as you might have felt also, this past year prices have gone up so much. So, you know, I figured, do I really need the big cards? No, I don't. I can buy the smaller ones, the pocket size, because they're not that small. You know, you do have the size that I'm going to show you now. I have it over here. Like this size right here, which becomes quite small, right? I mean, these ones, not the smallest, but still quite small. But the pocket-sized oracle cards are actually quite a lot bigger, as you can see here. So they aren't that small. So I felt like, you know, that might be the way to go right now, since, you know, money is a little bit tight. In these days, you know, and it's been a little bit rough economic wise, and so I figured, you know, why not go with the smaller ones? So that's kind of why I have started buying the pocket sized. So, but anyways, I just wanted to explain that before we start. But okay, let us start now with the Angel Answers Pocket Oracle cards. I do have the big version as well. I bought that some years ago, but when I saw this, I figured this is a perfect one to take with me in my bag when I travel, going to the cabin or going to visit a friend or whatever. And I really love these Angel Answered card. So I'm going to show you now. This is kind of the same box, sturdy box that you get with the big one. I just believe that this is just a mini version of the original Angel Answers Pocket, Angels Answers Oracle cards, that is. Okay, so let's look at it. So it's the same guidebook, I feel, as well. You know, it's no pictures in here, but it does, you know, have the information about each card. So, you know, and the recommendations for the different readings and, you know, everything like that. Information about Radley Valentine on the back, because this is made by him. And artwork by Marius Michael George, it says here, if anybody was interested in that. So that's a good guidebook for this mini version, I have to say. Now the back is it's the same as the big version, you know, it's these, and if you haven't seen the big version, it's 3 different colors here on the backs. I'm not sure it has anything to say about the cards. I don't think so. I think it's just random, but you know, what do I know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, but let's look at the cards themselves. So these cards are kind of like you ask a question and you get an answer right away. Just let me have a sip of my coffee. Cheers to everybody out there if you have a cup of something. If you have watched this channel for a while, you know I love my coffee. Okay, let's see. So these are the cards. Maybe I should zoom in just a little bit so you get to see the images properly. Yeah, and I have to say also the cardstock, it's a little bit softer than the bigger version, a little bit softer, but I feel that that's okay. It's not making it difficult to shuffle or anything because they are so small. It really doesn't matter if they're a little bit more bendy. So let me just check if I can shuffle, corner shuffle here. I can, okay. So it's really good for that. So I guess maybe that's why they chose to have it a little bit softer. But anyway, so let's look at the cards themselves. So it's an angel or a figure, of course, and then one little message there on the bottom. So very kind of plain and simple, yes, but the artwork is really beautiful here. The colors, I have to say, are really vibrant in this deck. I do believe it's just as vibrant in the big one. I haven't compared them, but these ones here are really vibrant and beautiful. So these are just to the point answers to things, you know, if you have questions. So it's kind of like straight answer from spirit or angels. So I really love these cards. And, you know, I have used the big deck quite a bit. So I figured having a kind of a travel deck would be just perfect. And of course, this deck is cheaper than the big one. So if you haven't bought the big one yet and you're considering, buy the pocket size, because it's a perfect size. You really don't need the big size, okay? I have to say that. Or you can probably also maybe find a used one, you know, if you're on a budget. Go on eBay or whatever kind of site that you have in the country you live in. So there you go. Really, really beautiful deck. I really appreciate it. And I will definitely be throwing that in my bag whenever I travel. So that was the Angel Answers Pocket Oracle cards. Okay, let us move on. So the next one, they have really started giving out a lot of pocket sizes now. They haven't done that before, but lately, I think the past year or so, or at least half year, they finally started giving these out in the pocket size, and I really, really love that. So this is the Angel and Ancestors Pocket Oracle by Kyle Gray. I do have the big version of this one too. I'm not sure if I've shown that to you before, but yeah, anyways, let us do a sturdy box, you know, the same kind of box that you get with a big one, and the same kind of guidebook. Again, not the picture. I don't think they can fit the pictures in here, but they do have all the information about each card, and that is, of course, the main thing that you need, right? So, but otherwise, the same guidebook as the big one. You know, good guidebook. It's a Hay House production, this one. By the way, this is, of course, Kyle Gray, but the artwork is by Lily Moses. I want to shout out the artwork or the artist of these decks that I show you as well. Mainly because they should get that validation, but also because I actually do art myself. So I know I know the work that has been put behind it, you know. Okay, so let's see. The cardstock is good, and the same as the other deck. It's a little bit more bendy than the big ones, but I think it is because you're supposed to be able to shuffle. If they were too, you know, just as, what do you call it? As stiff as the bigger ones, then you probably wouldn't be able to corner shuffle these, but you can corner shuffle these because they are bendy enough, okay? The same back as the original. Am I out of focus now? Sorry. Same back as the original one. Really beautiful with that owl. And if you haven't seen this deck before, you are in for a treat because these images are just beautiful. I really, really love the artwork in this as well. Now, you have a beautiful artwork, and then you have a main name of the card, and then a message underneath. Okay, so this is kind of two messages in one, if you will, and together with the image, you can kind of read it in different ways. So I really like that about this deck too. The colors here are vibrant, yes, but it's not glossy, so they become a little bit more muted, but I actually like that for this one. And also because for me, even if it's angels and ancestors, it kind of gives me a little bit of a shamanistic kind of vibe to them. So really kind of earthy, grounded kind of vibe to them. So that's why I really like that it's a little bit more muted in the colors. So here you have the images, so beautiful. And it is, of course, from all over the world. So here you have kind of the Egypt way. And of course, natives. This is the shaman, yeah. The Native Americans, the Shaolin. So you have kind of from all over the world, but it is kind of, for me at least, feels very focused on the shamanistic or the nature way of things. Beautiful. Oh, I just adore this card here. It's so beautiful. Sky Father. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite decks for sure. I mean, shout out to Kyle Gray for making these beautiful decks for us. I really, really appreciate all the work that he has put into all the decks and books and what he has done. And if you haven't heard about Kyle Gray, I know that he has a channel also here on YouTube. So check that out. Beautiful, beautiful deck, this one. Yeah, and And if you don't have this one, I would highly, highly recommend it. It really gives good answers. I feel the energies in this deck is just so soothing and true, kind of direct, truthful, but gentle. It's the energy that I feel with this. So, yeah. And again, you know, if you can't afford the big deck, then go for this pocket size, because it's just, it's perfect for me at least. So, whoop. So there you go. These are, yeah. Look at the fox. I love that fox. Yeah, Animal Guardian is the same as the box. Yeah, it's not much more to say here, but these are just gorgeous, gorgeous cards, I have to say. So that's that. Yeah, yeah, there is a lot of these coming out now. I think more and more people are doing this pocket size, so keep your eye out for that, because these are just perfect. Okay, so that was Angels and Ancestors Pocket Oracle. Now moving on, let's see, I think I want to go for this one, the Crow Tarot. I don't have the big version of this. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. Cheers, everybody. I had been, you know, I've been weighing back and forth if I should get the Crow Tarot, but it was quite pricey, at least where I live in Norway. So, and since that, you know, before I ordered from Book Depository in England, but they have shut down. So after that, it's something called Ad Libris, that is kind of Scandinavian, and it got good prices, but not as good as Book Depository. So the prices are a lot higher than than before, at least for me. So the Crow Tarot was just way off my budget. But then I saw they came out with this pocket edition, and I was so happy, because that was kind of within my budget. So there you go. Again, shout out to the pocket sizes. Anyway, so this is the Crow Tarot Pocket Edition by M.J. Collinay. Let me see if there's some. Does that person have also made the... I don't know if that person has also made the artwork here. Let me just have a look at that, because there's only one name that pops up. So maybe that's the person who has also done the artwork. Let's check here. Normally it's in the back. Yeah, artist and author. Yeah, so she's done both. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay, so again with the it's lots of information here. Lots of good tarot card information in this one, so that's a good guidebook. Good and sturdy box, and beautiful, beautiful back. It's kind of a brown and a little bit of beige color and black coloring. If I don't know if the colors are really popping up that good in the camera, but anyways, yeah, good cardstock, I would say. Not too hard, not too stiff, kind of bendy enough to corner shuffle. Just I might have to work a little bit with this one to get it a little bit more bendy. It was a little bit stiff to corner shuffle, I have to say. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit here. I can, but yeah, maybe that will get better after a while. Yeah, just some coffee. Need my coffee, people. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it might be better to shuffle this way with that one then. Okay. Anyways, let's see. I have used it, but I didn't remember that it was stiff, but it's not stiff either. Well, anyways. I'm rambling. Sorry. Okay, let's look at the cards. For me, they are really different. I don't even know if you can see in the background here what kind of artwork this is. It's kind of layer on layer on layer. So it's kind of abstract. I feel a lot of it in the back, and then you have the beautiful crows in the front. So a very cool combination, I feel, with abstract and non-abstract images and the coloring and everything. So I really, really like the artwork. She did a beautiful job here. So let's look at them. Death, yeah. So I mean, there is a lot of detail. If you look closer into the cards, there's a lot of details in these cards. So in that sense, I understand why people wanted the big size, because it is a little bit harder to see in the pocket size, you know. I have to say that. But, you know, since this is kind of a pricey deck, that was what I had to go with. But anyways, let's look at the images here. Just flipping through quite quickly, even though every single one of these should have had, you know, you should have had lots of time to study each and every card, because there's so many details. But yeah, we don't have time to do that now, so I'm just going to kind of flip through here for you guys to see kind of the main feeling about these cards. And you see some of them have a little bit different tone. I don't think that's intentional, but interesting. So these are the cards. Oh, this is such beautiful cards. Yeah, I love the Crow Tarot. You know, in the beginning I was like, I'm not sure, because it was so much layer on layer and I didn't really get the feel of it. But the more I looked at it and the more I used them, I feel them now. You know what I mean? You know, you either feel a deck or you don't. You know, it's a resonance thing, I guess. So this might not be for everybody, but I don't know. Maybe there's something about crows. I have a lot of them outside here. We live crows and magpies. We have a lot of them. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, I love these cards, and I love the palette as well. It's kind of muted, muted tones, but still vibrant enough, you know, that I really like them. I like this one here. It's vibrant and beautiful. So yeah, very interesting deck for me, I have to say. Different, very different. Oh, I'm falling over. So that's that. Yeah, so either you like it or you don't. I mean, the artwork is, as I said, kind of special. So you have to feel into if this resonated with you or not. So that's that. That is the Crow Tarot Pocket Edition by MJ Cullinane. Okie dokie, let's have some more coffee, people. Before we get into the tins, I have 3 tins and then a bigger deck to show you. Okay, done with the coffee. Okay, people, The Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Kim Krantz. I do believe that is both the author and the artist. Let me have a look. Maybe it says in the back. No, it doesn't. Let's see in the beginning. Does it say in the beginning? Yeah, there is only one name here, so I am... yeah, Kim Krantz. Yeah, it's just the one name here. So yeah, there is a message here from Kim in the beginning. Yeah, I've been drawing from since a young age. Yes, so this is just both author and artist. Anyway, so actually they have the pictures in this one and the information. So a very good guidebook, and quite a thick guidebook for a pocket version, and that's why this tin is quite tall as well. So there you go. Normal sturdy tin box, you know, easy breezy, can take water, you can bring it to the beach or wherever you want to go. Now this is the back, black and white. The cards are bendy, a little bit more bendy than the Crow Tarot, and a little bit more papery, if that's a word. This is not kind of the oracle. It feels more paper. I don't understand. I don't know how to explain that to you. It's just, yeah, it feels more paper. It feels drier on the sides here than the Crow Tarot, and it's a little bit. I think it's more narrow and taller than the Crow Tarot as well. But there you go. It's easy to shuffle this one. Okay, so it's easy to corner shuffle like this, no problem whatsoever. So that's a plus. Okay. So let us look at the cards. Now, this is a very, very special design, a very special style. I do have the big version of this as well, and I do know that Kim has made Also, I don't know, it's called the Wild Unknown something oracle. I don't remember now, but there is an oracle as well in the same style, which is really beautiful, and of course a good pair when you're doing a reading with this deck. So yeah, but let's look at the images. Very unique. This style is very unique. Either you like it or you don't. Okay, it's a lot. It's pen. It's yeah. Nina, just flip through the cards, okay? Yeah, I will. So here you go. Very unique style. But for me, I collect cards, so I had to have this one. And again, these decks are quite expensive, the Kim Krans decks, and that's why this pocket version is a gift. And the size is big enough, it's you don't need the big size unless you really need to work with bigger decks, if that's your jam. Yeah, this is such a unique deck, and in the beginning I didn't get it. Okay, in the beginning when I got the big deck, I didn't get it. I had to use it for quite some time, and it grew on me more and more and more, and then I was like, you know what, this is beautiful. So, but it's different from a lot of other decks that I've seen. So it's a resonance thing, either you like it or you don't. I think it's really, really beautiful. I just love some of these images here. That image right there, have you ever seen the movie Silence of the Lambs? And the poster was a picture of Jodie Foster with a butterfly in front of it. Isn't that exactly like that one? It just hit me. Oh, anyways. Yeah, so that is it, people. I really enjoy this deck now, so I can recommend it. But it is either you like it or you don't kind of thing. So there you go, the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Kim Krans. Okay, moving on to the Chris Ann's The Light Seers Pocket Tarot. This has been a very, very popular tarot deck, the big version. I believe it came out first as a indie deck by some funding, and then of course it became a Hay House production, the bigger version, and now they have given out this pocket version and in a tin box. So really, really beautiful deck, this one. If you don't have it, if you haven't seen this deck before, you're in for a treat, because this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. Now, Chris Ann is both the author and the artist in this one that I know. She is a designer, so there you go. And lots of information actually about each card here. So that's good. If you're looking for a good guidebook, this is. And again, quite a thick guidebook as well. So this is the back. It's kind of a black and green and white. Yeah, you can see the colors there, I think. It's quite bendy. I think it's possible to corner shuffle. Let's try. Yeah, a little bit on the stiffer side, I would say. Let's try that again. One more time. Ooh. Yeah. I can barely corner shuffle this one, okay? You might be stronger than me. I can, but it takes a little bit of muscle to do that. But of course, very easy to shuffle this way. Anyways, that's it. So let us look at the images. Beautiful, beautiful artwork in this one, I have to say. So it's matte, it's not glossy, but the colors are still very vibrant in this one, I have to say. And yeah, this is a deck that probably you should have had plenty of more time to go through each card, because there's also a lot of detail and just beautiful, beautiful images. But we will just flip through them quickly now, so that you get an idea of what these images are like, what these cards are like, how they feel to you. And again, if you can't afford the big version, this pocket version is a good size. I see more and more people using the pocket size, actually, of this deck. It's become quite popular. So, and I believe you can get it pretty much anywhere since it is a Hay House production. So just gorgeous. I love this King of Swords, don't you? With the owl down there in the corner and the crow on the top. Yeah, some of these images are just so gorgeous. It's a very interesting devil, don't you think? So yeah, this is one of my favorite decks. I mean, the Light Seers Tarot has been one of my favorites for a long time. So I have actually two versions of the big one. Two versions of the big one and now the pocket size. So this is a deck that I love to use. So I really love this tower. It's just so beautiful. Very different. And yeah, I love her take on the cards. You know, the way she, and I mean, look at this death and rebirth, not just death but rebirth card. It's so unique. And yeah, her way of interpreting the cards I really love. So yeah, this is of course a famous deck if you are into tarot, I believe. So yeah, and I also love this King of Pentacles. Beautiful. Yeah, so this is a deck. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. And now that the pocket size is out, of course, a little bit cheaper than the big one. So if you're on a budget, I really, really recommend this one. If I should say any of the other, if you only can buy one of the ones I show you, I would choose this one, to be honest. Okay, so that's the Light Seers Pocket Tarot. Okay, so another tin box, and this is the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. Illustrations by Jenna Della Grottaglia, which she always, I believe, used the same artist on her decks. So good and sturdy pocket, no, tin box, I mean. Now, a good guidebook, quite thick, has all the information you need except for the images of the cards. And these are the cards themselves. And I do believe they're just a mini version of the big one. It's the same kind of back, you know, same coloring, I believe. It's a little bit of pink, otherwise blue and yellow on this one. The cardstock is a little bit softer than the big one. Let me see if I can corner shuffle this one. Yeah, I can. This is easier to corner shuffle. So there you go. Now let's look at the images. So this one has the name of the card and then a message underneath and a number on top. And beautiful, beautiful artwork. So let us flip through. So this is, of course, messages kind of related to the animal kingdom. So, of course, you can just use the message. But for me, it's also about what do you feel in these images, because each animal has a different vibration, a different energy. And also she has put some more information in each card, not just the animal itself. So there are plenty of things that you can kind of read into just using the image as well, which is something I really love, because then you really kind of get into your intuition. Like this one here has a lot of information on it, not just the image of the animal. So there you go, a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I'm so happy that they came out in a pocket size. So much easier when I'm going to my cabin in the mountains to bring one of these pocket-sized decks. Oh, I just love this. The feeling of this is just so beautiful, and of course corresponds so well with the message. Now, so this is highly recommended by me. I mean, all Colette Baron Reid's decks are brilliant, but this one is such a beautiful deck and gives very straight answers for me. And the feeling of them is, of course, very grounded earth, shamanism, kind of those, you know, nature, of course, vibe. And the colors are so vibrant in this deck. Beautiful colors. even though it isn't glossy, it's kind of matte tone. But look at this. I love otters. If you follow my channel, you know that I love otters. Anyways, no, so the colors are really vibrant and beautiful. And I just appreciate this deck so much. So there you go. Yeah, so that is... Oh, sorry if that made a loud noise. That is the Colette Baron Reid Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle. Okay, so the last deck I'm going to show you today, then I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit, because this is the Cozy Witch Tarot deck by Amanda Lovelace. Artwork by Janina Medeiros. I believe that is pronounced correctly, hopefully. Anyway, so this is the bigger size, so that's why I zoomed out. Now this one just did not make it into my show until last fall when I showed some decks there. Was that in September, October? I don't remember. So this came after, just after, so it didn't make it. So I'm including this today. So of course I've had this for a while. Now she has made the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, which has also been very popular. Now she came out with a tarot deck for the first time. So, good and sturdy box. And you have a beautiful guidebook here, quite big. And also what I love, of course, is that it's kind of easy to find with the images here as well. So yeah, a beautiful, beautiful guidebook here, I have to say. Really good. Okay, so let's go to the cards. They are quite big, these cards. Now this is the back. I just love that back as well. And it's very good cardstock, I think. It's just bendy enough. Let me corner shuffle for you so you can see. It can feel a little bit stiff in the beginning, but it is definitely possible to corner shuffle. So these cards are on the stiffer side, but since they're so big, it shouldn't be a problem to corner shuffle, okay? So that's that. Now, let's look at the images. Look at these images. They're just so gorgeous. And she has always been, you know, with the other deck as well, the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, she included all kinds of women from all corners of the world, all different skin tones and all different ages and all different, you know, body images, if you will. So that's something that I really appreciate with this author here and artist. So that is also what's happening in the tarot deck. So let us just look at the images. They are just gorgeous. And always, you know, in this deck, of course, as well, there's also a message. Okay, so that's not so often that you get those with the tarot. You can, of course, use them also then as an oracle message. Okay, so that's kind of unique about this tarot deck, is that it's also kind of an oracle. Okay, or you can just ignore that and just use it, of course, as a normal tarot deck. That's up to you. But the images here are just so beautiful. I really, really like it. I like the color palette. I like it's matte, but still vibrant. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I just really love the feel and the vibe of this deck. So this is definitely one I'm going to use a lot, or have also used a lot. So far, but I will definitely use it more. Yeah, and of course this you should probably be able to get this deck pretty much anywhere. It's a mass production. Every deck that I showed you today is a mass production. So yeah, and it's a modern deck, of course. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, and it's kind of the fun. It's a little bit witchy-woo, but kind of on the fun, mellow side of it. I really like that as well. Such a beautiful Queen of Wands. Yeah. Anyway, so no, this is definitely a deck that I recommend. But of course, I don't know how it is priced where you are. It was kind of priced in the middle here. Not cheap, but not the most expensive either. But, you know, I just had to have it. So it was one of my pre-Christmas gifts that I got myself last year. I won't be buying so many new decks now. Anyways, I have so many, so yeah, this is just gorgeous imagery. Don't you agree? Of course, it's a resonance thing. Either you like it or you don't. But I think this is, for me at least, a lovely, lovely deck. Yeah, this world card as well just gives me such joy. And that's the feeling I get when I use these cards. It's kind of a joyous, fun, yeah, caring is the word that I'm feeling here. I feel the love kind of with these cards. Yeah. So it also a unique way of looking at the cards and the meaning of the cards, I think. And that's so fun when I see, and that gives me kind of a new way of interpreting the tarot cards again, when I see that the authors and artists have kind of taken their own spin on how to interpret. And I really love that. So that's so fun. Anyways, so that is the Cozy Witch Tarot deck with the most beautiful back. I really, really like this. So that's it. I believe that was all the decks that I had for today. And I was actually thinking about, I have to get your people's opinion on that, so you can write beneath in the comment section if you want me to start showing you all the decks I have. You know, I haven't shown you all my decks yet. Because there's so many. Oh, a little bit too far. But I was thinking about just kind of starting in one corner and starting to show you all my decks, because I've only shown you just a little tiny bit of what I have. But I don't know if I should do it one and one, or if I should kind of put them together in different sections, you know. All my angel cards I have done before, but let's say all the cards I have on fairies, all the cards I have on animals, all the cards I have on crystals, you know, if I should do it that way, or if I should just show you one and one deck. If you have an opinion on that, if you would like to, please then comment in the comment section as to what you would like me to do in that sense. Or if there are some particular decks that you would like me to show you, that you are curious about, then comment in the comment section about that. So anyways, thank you so much for being part of this show and tell today. I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Until the next time I see you.